Well, hey there, it's Marvina. I wanted to welcome you back to another mini angel Q&A. Today in this mini angel presentation, I have some ideas about how you can continue to elevate your consciousness and raise your vibrations, and that helps to refine your personal frequency so that you can connect to your higher self, but also connect to the spirits in nature, to the angelic spirits, to our teachers. But today we're going to focus on the world of the flowers. You know that the Holy Spirit put the archangels and the angelic realm in charge of creating beauty on planet Earth. And I really feel like everything was designed by purpose. And we may not really know what the purposes are, but I do feel like there is definitely an intention and a design behind all of the beautiful flowers. And so when you want to bring more beauty into your life, or more joy, or even compassion or forgiveness, there's a lot of different flowers that can really help you to dial in on the essence of what sort of mindset shift that you might have to engage with in order to accomplish your goals. So I have always loved flowers ever since I was a little kid. My one of our neighbors used to grow roses, and one of my earliest memories, I don't know whatever possessed me to do this, but one day for a surprise for her, because I love this little old lady. Her name was Ruby, and I decided that I needed to decorate her. She had this old shed out back, and it had a metal roof on it, and it was full of holes. And I went out into her yard and I cut her roses and I poked them in the holes on the top of her metal shed. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was a work of art. I got my butt busted. I'm telling you what, Big Daddy Wells was not happy at all that I cut down all of her roses because, of course, she went over and she's like, Mr. Wells, your daughter, she decorated my shed, but she tore up all my roses. I thought it was beautiful. But anyhow, that was one of my early rose escapades. But I've always loved roses, especially. And roses are one of the flowers. It's like one of the highest vibrational flowers of the flower world, and very much associated with the great angel Mary and Mother Mary as well. And they are very interconnected. And whenever you want to, especially develop ideas of unconditional love, then the rose is one of the flowers that can really help you to do that. It is also a flower that can help you to work with ideas and issues connected to motherhood, and to maybe like releasing the ties that bind us to our children in order that they can go succeed on their own, and to help us maybe have compassion as well. So the world of the roses is the highest vibrational one, and one of the ways that you can bring the all of the beautiful high qualities of the rose into your life, for one thing, is to grow roses, to cultivate roses in different varieties and colors. I have over 25 rose bushes on my ranch. And anytime that you are just in their proximity, you are in their influence, and they can help you to kind of raise your consciousness and refine it so that you can feel the essence and feel the presence of the angelic realm, of the really high master teachers and master angels, especially the angel Mary and the Spirit Mother Mary in particular. Even if you're like pruning the roses or watering them or taking care of them or just going by and acknowledging them and just, looking at how pretty they are, it helps you to connect and it helps you to kind of get out of the little me part of yourself and to kind of grab a different gear, a shift in consciousness. I feel like they're one of my absolute favorites. You can cut some roses and bring them into your house. And a really great tip to help you connect to the angel of your house is to always have a little bit of roses or some sort of bouquet of flowers or even a pretty green plant to sit by the angel of your house. And where you want to place that is going to be like in the center of the house. Find the area of your house that's the most centrally focused, and that's going to be a great place to set up maybe an angel statue and some flowers and candles. But if you can't find the center of your house, just find a part of your house that feels right for a special guest like your angel. And that is another good place for you to maybe leave, like if you have a special prayer request, maybe somebody is going into the hospital for a surgery and you want to pray for their health and their well-being. That is a great place to leave a prayer, maybe with a stick of incense. Another flower that I also love, it used to grow wild down our fence row, and it's called honeysuckle. So honeysuckle is another really high vibrational flower, and one of the attributes of this is it helps us to find the sweetness of life. So if you were like me when you were a kid, you would, nip those little ends of those honeysuckles off and you would suck up the juice, and it was kind of like candy, growing down the cow pasture fence row. We loved it. So they really help us to kind of enjoy the little things in life and to be appreciative of the sweetness of life. So if you in particular might be having problems with things like diabetes, you really want to dial in on why you might hold yourself back from the finding the joy in life and the sweetness in life, and do some meditations and some prayers on that. Work with the honeysuckles to help you kind of get yourself a mindset shift on that, and that can really help you to bring about a healing. For so many years, people were taught that we don't pay attention, we don't make that our effort. Like we focus on our work and taking care of our business, taking care of our families, and we don't really stop and smell the roses or taste the honeysuckle or enjoy the beautiful view of the gardens. But that's a mistake. And we really want to, when we want different things in our life and we want a more richness of life, we have to make some changes in different areas. Another flower that's very high vibrational is called the hyacinthia. And so this is an excellent flower that you can bring into your life if you feel like really lost and you've kind of got off your path and you don't really know how to reset your course of life and how you can change things up. Sometimes we get so entrenched in thinking of ourselves like, this is what I am, this is what I do. I I don't know how to change that. And it may not be enriching to you. It may not be fulfilling or meaningful. And we have to do something to change things up. And the hyacinthus are great flowers that can give us some different ways of looking at things and looking at ourselves and helping to remind us that we're multidimensional and we don't have to just kind of land in one area or career and say, okay, that's right, I'm this or I'm that or the other. That we can be flexible and we can definitely be multidimensional. And the hyacinthia is also a flower that can help us to call on our higher spirit, on the higher essence of creation of ourself, and then we can pull down from that. So if we can elevate our consciousness, we can touch into a whole vast, huge, creative, expansive world. It's there, and we just have to find some ways, and the flower world is one of those ways that can help us to make a shift. I mean, if you ever got this beautiful bouquet of roses and the fragrance hits you and it's just perfect, it's just right, and you're like, oh wow, it's so gorgeous. And it helps us to kind of like snap out of things for just a minute, and that might be all we need in order to grab another gear. Another flower that is very high vibrational are the marigolds. The marigold flower helps us to find joy. They help us to find happiness. They are, and anytime that you can immerse yourself in the vibration of joy, that is a sweet zone, because joy is one of the highest vibrations. It's the closest to our higher self. Like, and anytime our ego personality can get our essence up into that joy, it's like we are right there, right by our higher self, and so we can lift up our goals through the essence of joy and get the attention of our higher self, and be in a lot more of a position to have the streams of consciousness necessary in order to materialize that idea. Because we have a lot of things that we might want to create, or we might want to participate or just have in our physical life, but we may be at a loss as to how we can do that from our perception of limited resources. But if you can raise your consciousness up through joy, or whatever it is that brings you joy, then you're in a really good place to kind of whisper into the ear of your higher self, hey, I really would like to have this experience in my life. And it helps us to get the necessary courses of action, maybe the visualizations, along with the high vibration and the quality of desire, which is huge, the intention there, and then also the idea of allowing, just go with the flow. I'm allowing that things can flow my way, and then that is whenever what it is that we want can get the necessary molecular wherewithal, like the denseness, to come into our dimension. So it is it's a bit of a trick, but it's not really that hard of one, I don't think. But you kind of need to, be in that zone. And excuse me, but the marigold flower is just one of those flowers that helps you to get into that zone. Another one is the primrose. The primrose is all about the idea of rebirth. And, we go through this cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And we go through it like, not just like the big picture when we're born, we go through our life, and then we die, and then we're rebirthed into, another, go back into the spirit world and figure out if we're going to do another physical incarnation, and we cycle all over again. But we do that every day. Like, we're doing that all the time. We're always going through these cycles of living our way, like, in this sort of a path, and then we wrap that up, and we have the death of that particular career or the way of living, doing, thinking, being, and then we rebirth ourselves anew. So the primrose is one of those flowers that you can use whenever you feel like you need to recreate yourself all over again, or you need to put put the past to rest, or maybe a relationship that didn't work out. You need to rethink yourself as a single person or in a different career. It is a part of our self-mastery growth that we recognize those stages, and that we sort of have a go-to kind of a package. Like, this is what I do whenever I'm going through a cycle of rebirthing, or a death cycle, or a completion cycle. You can think of it as that rather than a death cycle. So transformation is just one of those things that the primrose can really be helpful with. Another flower that I love a lot of flowers, but the gardenias, gosh, I tell you what, the gardenia is, oh my gosh, that fragrance it's like the bee's knees for me. I absolutely love it. And it is a flower that it helps to guide our spirituality, to kind of motivate us to deepen our connection to the Holy Spirit, to really dial in on the essence of who we are, and the God part of ourself, like the kind of renew that understanding, and maybe take it to a higher level. We always have to be, taking it to a higher level and expanding on that. And I think that's, kind of part of what we came here to do. The gardenia also helps us to connect to the archangels, and their and the aspect of creativity, because the angelics and the archangels, they're hugely creative. They have a huge role with creation in going out and really dialing in and bringing this dimension together, and this beautiful planet Earth and the angel Gaia, and just kind of setting up this opportunity so that that we can have this crazy visual full immersion experience in the physical, with the physical, but still being a part of spirit, like huge part of spirit. We are a spirit who is having a physical journey here. So I think the gardenias also, they help us to lift up our consciousness, and I think they also help us to heal. So they're beautiful. They're one of my favorite. They're one of the most difficult ones for me to grow, but they're just, I think they're worth it. So that definitely is one of my favorite ones. Another really high vibrational flower are the apple blossoms. They're one of the bees' favorite flowers too. So if you can grow and cultivate apple trees and the beautiful apple blossoms. You're helping to nurture the little bees, and the honeybees are so important to us and also important in bringing sweetness into our life. But apple blossoms are a good flower to work with, especially when, like, for instance, you're wanting to start a family and have issues of fertility. The apple blossom is one flower that can really help you to kind of make whatever mindset shifts or to get to whatever information might be necessary for you to nurture and feed your body so that you're more fertile. But another thing is that it helps us with fertility of our mindset and our creativity. So if you're experiencing a writer's block, or you have a proposal that you really need to kind of get some more information about, or just something really different and really amazing and cool, you can work with the apple blossoms to help you kind of expand your creativity. And I think that's always a good thing. Another high vibrational flower is the camellia. This is a flower that encourages us to be faithful to our soul path, to like our highest creator path and our soul's highest dream. Too many times our ego gets caught up in some of the lower vibrational stuff, and we really think, wow, that's cool, I need to have that in my life, and it may have nothing to offer our true soul's path and our highest soul dream. And the camellia can really help us to separate out, like, okay, this is more frivolous, and I really want to dial it in and shift gears and stay focused on the things that really are powerful and really are meaningful for the big picture, for the long term. The camellia is also a really nice flower for ceremonies when you want to bring some sweetness and beauty to a special, any type of a ceremony that you want to do. And I feel like that is a good thing to remember anyway, that ceremony is just a great tool that we can use to make some positive transformational changes in your life. And you don't really have to know what you're doing so much. I mean, as long as you have intention and you have just clarity of purpose, you can light some candles, burn some incense, bring in some beautiful camellias, ask your angels to sit with you, and just create a sacred space and kind of lift up whatever it is that's on your heart, or what is on your mind, or what you would like to pray for. And that is a great tool to help us kind of make some positive changes and get some insight, maybe get some clarity. Another one that I really love are the dahlias. Those are just majestic flowers. I mean, they're amazing. They are known to be kind of like messenger flowers, and the angels kind of give us some clues and some heads up, like whenever big changes or shifts are coming into our life. So the dahlias are known to be messenger flowers. And whenever they just like catch our attention for whatever reason, then we really want to kind of stop and like listen and digest and see if we can grasp the essence of the communication. Each one of the flowers have a little bit of a different vibration, and you can think of it as like a color. So, like if you've ever looked at the color wheel and you have like a shade of red and it has like a numerical code with it or a combination of letters and numbers, and then you go to a different shade of the same color but a different shade and it has a little bit of a different combination, that is the same way with all of the flowers. And so their code has a frequency that can merge with our energy field and help us to make adjustments. And I feel like always to the better. But there are different times where our energy field might need a full spectrum of full red, and in order to maybe recharge us or to help us have the vibrancy and the fertility, say, to go through with the birthing process or to go through whatever it is that we need to do. But then there might be another time where our energy field is depleted and we may have an illness or some sort of imbalance, and our energy field needs an adjustment of maybe a different spectrum, and there's a different flower or even a different color of the same flower that can bring its essence into our energy field and sort of merge and offer us a way for us to adjust and to rebalance. And so just think about that. And I really feel like we often are guided towards the colors that feed us, that enrich us. I've been in the entertainment world for a long time, like in my younger years. And then, later on, I started doing my spiritual work. But I have always noticed that there are certain colors that I feel good in. There's certain colors that I feel good around that kind of uplift me. And so you want to recognize that and make use of them in your life. The amaryllis is another beautiful flower. This is a really an easy flower to cultivate. It's such a great gift, especially at Christmas time, to bring those beautiful blooms into the holidays and all of the Christmas festivities. It just makes everything just more beautiful. But the amaryllis is a great flower to help you attract prosperity and abundance in your life. So definitely go get yourself a beautiful amaryllis and treat yourself for Christmas and nurture. You always want to pay attention to your flowers and nurture them. When they get dry, you give them a little drink. Make sure that you have a little bit of food for them, like some fertilizer that they like. Educate yourself on the different things that make them the happiest. So, like some of our roses, they crave different sort of things. My roses love banana peels, so I like to make a smoothie quite often, and I will, when I peel the banana, I will take the peels and I take turns going around all my rose bushes, and you can just put it at the bottom, the base of the rose shrub, and it helps to feed them. So figure out, investigate on what that type of flower, what it thrives on, and just make some effort to have that interaction, and then that it will pay you back with beautiful blooms, but also with inspiration and just to help you make whatever sort of necessary train of thinking that you need to have in order to get to more opportunities in life and have the wherewithal to recognize those opportunities and to face your fears of taking advantage of those opportunities too. That's a big thing there. And then when we can do that, we can bring more prosperity and more abundance into our life. So I love the amaryllis. They are beautiful. The daffodils are very high vibrational flower. They always come in the spring, and they're like the first flowers that are popping up. You know, a lot of times you see them through the snow, and they're just like a great flower of transformation, of they help to raise our vibration. They are a great flower to use whenever we are having forgiveness issues and we really need to heal, do whatever type of work that's necessary so that we can let go of whatever anger or disappointment or sadness with our personal relationships and help us to heal, especially the heart chakra. So the heart center is huge. Like there are 33 lessons on our heart chakra, and we have to overcome and we have to ace each one of those lessons. And none of them I think are easy. They are all they challenge us to love without additions, attachments, or conditions to how it comes back to us. So the morning glories are a really great high vibrational flower that you can work with. I think they help to really connect us to the angels of peace. So when we are all like riled up and frustrated with the events of the world or whatever is going on, anything that we can do to bring some peace and joy is powerful and I think important, and can help us to kind of dial in on separating the wheat from the chaff so that we can be a contribution and add our energy in a positive way to what's going on rather than being a part of the problem. So that's one of the big things I think about them. Pansies, they're such a beautiful, simple flower, but they really are very powerful. They help us to connect to the afterlife and to be in a state of mind that we can recognize when our loved ones are kind of drifting into our space to check up on us, our ancestors and the people that have that we've loved, friends, family, even our little animals or big animals if you're like me and have a lot of horses on the other side. But they every so often they kind of come in to check on us, see how we're doing, maybe encourage us, maybe try to inspire us. But the pansies are great flowers to help us really get the connection and realize, like, hey, you know, my granddaddy's here. How are you doing? What is it that you want to share with me today? I'm so happy to feel you around. But they help us to kind of get the sensitivity needed to feel, because it's a very delicate. Usually, you know, sometimes they come in like a freight train. Like you'll smell your granddaddy's tobacco, or you might get a whiff of your Aunt Louise's perfume, and it'll just be so bold. But other times, like their messages are just very fragile, very delicate, and we really have to adjust our frequency so that we can let go of our attachments to hearing through our physical ears, and that we can discern with our feelers, because we have so many different feelers that extend throughout our whole energy field, and they are always connecting to whatever is out there, good, bad, and ugly, and they'll give us a heads up. A lot of times you'll see the pansies on tombstones, And this is one of the reasons that they do that is because the pansies help us to connect and communicate to the afterlife. And they're so pretty. I love them. The tulips are another favorite that I love in the spring. They always come up early and they just bring a lot of hope and a lot of joy that, hey, winter's over. We have this life, death, rebirth, resurrection thing going on. And it's time to put the winter to rest where we're dreaming about what it is that we want to create when it's summer and the sun's shining again, and what kind of seeds we want to plant on whatever level of our life. But tulips, they thrive in the sun, and they remind us that the central sun is a hugely important part of our spiritual connection. It's like a pipeline to the Godhead. Um, and they remind us that. So I've spoken about this many times, but one of my favorite meditations is a sunrise meditation or a sunset meditation. If you can catch the morning sun or the setting sun, always stop and put out whatever is on your heart. Is it a prayer for somebody that's going through a hard time? Is it a prayer for our country? We definitely need prayers for the United States of America and for planet Earth and humanity in general, but lift it up there. Lift your prayers up when you see the morning sun or the setting sun. Don't waste that opportunity. Don't go just, oh, that's a pretty sunset, let me get my camera. No, that is a time for ceremony. Just that's the stop and smell the roses and watch the sun fully set and lift out your voice in whatever it is that's important to you in whatever way. But that's a powerful one. So the tulips, they remind us also the value of connecting to our most holy guardian angel, and they help us to do that. And a simple way to call your most holy guardian angel is to speak your very own first name out loud 3 times. Just and you want to do your given birth name. So don't you do your nickname, your real name. That's your power name. So always remember that your real birth name is your power name, and the vibration of it is unique. And it every time somebody says your name, it helps to remind you of your true soul dream and what's important for you to do. And all of those unique little vowels, it's more the vowels that are like the little turning points in your name, but those are the ones that help us to really key in on the essence of what's important for us to do here in this lifetime. But the tulip world is a great one to meditate with and to really help us to raise our vibration and connect to just the vibrancy of the sun and the full color spectrum of the sun, because there are so many different colors of tulips, and there's so many variations in the rays of the sun, and they all have something to feed us and to offer us and to elevate our consciousness. And that's what we want to continue to do, or find ways that that we can get ourselves out of the little me so we can see the big picture and be in a position to do what we came here to do. So anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed my presentation on the flowers. Make use of them, this time of year, to help us really celebrate the season and get into a high vibe mindset to be really present for this season, because it's powerful and it's important. The holy days are coming up. They're really charged, incredible days like December 12th, the 12/12, super powerful. December 21st, the solstice this year is going to be one of the most brilliant ones that we will ever witness. And we don't want to be just thinking about Christmas parties and getting presents and getting all the food in and decorating. We want to put some of ourselves into the true season, the true reason for the season, so we can get the most of it. You know, the 25th is important. January 5th there's just some really powerful days coming up, and we want to be in the mindset we can make the most out of it. So I hope you've enjoyed our angel talk today, and if you have any questions, let me know. If you'd like to learn more about working with your own angels, I do have a program. It's free. You can sign up for it. I'll put the link in the description, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot. I'm Ravina. Bye-bye.